Hey there! Welcome back to Health Bloom, the podcast that cares deeply about the health that matters most to you. Before anything else, let's talk about something a lot of people quietly ignore: the kidneys. Right now, at this very second, those two little bean-shaped organs are working non-stop, filtering over 200 liters of blood every single day. But here's the scary part. Most people don't know their kidneys are struggling until it's already serious. So today, the focus is on the 4 best foods that can help flush out toxins, reduce inflammation, and give those hard-working kidneys the support they truly deserve. Stay until the end, because there's a bonus kidney tip coming that most people completely overlook. Welcome to Health Bloom, where the goal is simple: bringing real, easy-to-understand health information straight to the people who need it most. Today's topic is something that affects millions of adults over 40, and yet it almost never comes up at the dinner table. Kidney health. The kidneys sit quietly in the background, doing some of the most important work in the entire body. They filter waste, regulate blood pressure, balance fluids, and even help produce hormones that keep bones strong and blood healthy. But here's the thing: the kidneys don't always send obvious warning signals when something is wrong. By the time most people notice symptoms like swelling, fatigue, or changes in urination, kidney function may have already declined significantly. That's why what gets put on the plate every day matters so much. Not in a complicated, overwhelming way, but in small, simple, everyday choices that add up over time. And that's exactly what today's episode is about. So if this kind of content is helpful, please hit that subscribe button on the Health Bloom channel. And if there's someone who needs to hear this today, share it with them. A like means the world and helps this message reach more people who truly need it. Now let's get into it, starting with why the kidneys are so deeply connected to overall health and what happens when they start to struggle. Because understanding the why makes the what to eat so much more meaningful and motivating. Understanding the kidneys, the body's silent cleaners. Let's start with a little appreciation moment for the kidneys. These 2 organs, each roughly the size of a fist, filter approximately 200 liters of blood every single day. That's more than 50 gallons, silently processed while people sleep, eat, and go about their day. The kidneys remove waste products and excess water from the blood, sending them out of the body through urine. They also manage electrolyte balance, keeping sodium, potassium, and phosphorus at safe levels, and they regulate blood pressure through a hormone system. On top of all that, the kidneys produce a form of vitamin D that helps the body absorb calcium for strong bones, and they release a hormone called erythropoietin, which signals the bone marrow to make red blood cells. These organs truly do it all. But as the body ages, particularly after 40, kidney function naturally begins to slow down. Add in factors like high blood pressure, high blood sugar, chronic dehydration, and a diet heavy in salt and processed foods, and the kidneys start working overtime just to keep up. What makes kidney disease especially dangerous is that it often develops silently. There are no obvious pain signals in the early stages. Symptoms like persistent fatigue, swollen ankles, foam in the urine, and frequent nighttime urination can show up, but many people brush them off. According to the National Kidney Foundation, chronic kidney disease affects around 37 million adults in the United States alone, and the majority don't even know it. Globally, the numbers are even more staggering. This is not a rare condition. It's incredibly common, especially in the 40 and above age group. The good news is this: nutrition is one of the most powerful tools available for supporting kidney function, slowing down damage, and helping the body naturally manage toxin removal. And that's where today's 4 foods come in, each one chosen for its specific, science-backed benefits.
Common diet mistakes that quietly damage the kidneys. Before getting to the 4 hero foods, it's worth pausing to talk about what's hurting the kidneys without most people realizing it. Because understanding the damage helps clarify why these foods matter so much as part of a protective, kidney-friendly approach to eating. The number 1 dietary culprit for kidney damage is excessive sodium. Salt makes the kidneys work harder to filter the blood and raises blood pressure, which is one of the leading causes of kidney disease. Most people consume far more sodium than they realize, mostly from packaged and processed foods. Too much protein, especially from red meat, is another common problem. The kidneys have to work significantly harder to clear the waste products from protein metabolism. Over time, this can create a state of chronic stress on the filtering units of the kidney called nephrons. High sugar intake and refined carbohydrates are also deeply problematic for kidney health. Blood sugar spikes damage the tiny blood vessels inside the kidneys, reducing their ability to filter effectively. Diabetes is actually the leading cause of chronic kidney disease worldwide.
Chronic dehydration is quietly dangerous too. When the body doesn't get enough water, urine becomes concentrated, making it harder to flush out waste and increasing the risk of kidney stones. Many adults over 40 are mildly dehydrated on a chronic basis without feeling particularly thirsty. And then there are over-the-counter painkillers like ibuprofen and naproxen. These are incredibly common, especially for people managing joint pain or headaches as they age. But frequent use of these medications can significantly reduce blood flow to the kidneys and accelerate damage over time. The takeaway here isn't fear, it's awareness. With just a few thoughtful shifts in daily eating habits, so much of this damage is preventable and even partially reversible. And the 4 foods coming up are a beautiful, practical place to begin that journey. Food number 1, blueberries, the tiny antioxidant powerhouse. The first food on today's list is one that's been sitting in the produce section all along, often underestimated for its incredible impact on kidney health. Blueberries, those small, sweet, deep purple gems, are widely recognized by researchers and nephrologists as one of the most kidney-friendly foods in existence.
What makes blueberries so special? The answer lies in a group of powerful antioxidants called anthocyanins. These are the pigments that give blueberries their characteristic deep blue-purple color, and they pack an extraordinary punch when it comes to protecting kidney cells from oxidative stress and inflammation. Oxidative stress is essentially what happens when the body produces more harmful free radicals than it can neutralize. In the kidneys, this leads to cellular damage, inflammation, and over time, a decline in the ability to filter blood effectively. Anthocyanins step in and neutralize those free radicals before they cause lasting harm. Research published in peer-reviewed journals has demonstrated that diets enriched with blueberries can significantly improve kidney function markers in animal models, including reducing creatinine and blood urea nitrogen levels, both of which are key indicators of how well the kidneys are filtering waste from the blood. One particularly fascinating study found that blueberries help protect the kidney through a pathway called TLR4-MAPK signaling. Essentially, they switch off a cellular trigger that promotes kidney inflammation and damage in conditions like metabolic syndrome. This is cutting-edge science, and it starts with a handful of berries. Blueberries also happen to be low in potassium and phosphorus, two minerals that people with reduced kidney function often need to manage carefully. This makes them one of the safest and most recommended fruits, even for those who have already been diagnosed with chronic kidney disease. The National Kidney Foundation has specifically highlighted blueberries as a kidney superfood, recommending them as a regular part of a renal-friendly diet. Half a cup of fresh blueberries contains less than 150 milligrams of potassium, making them a genuinely safe daily option for kidney health. Beyond the kidneys, blueberries also support heart health, improve blood vessel function, and help regulate blood sugar, all of which indirectly protect kidney health as well. When the heart and blood vessels are strong, the kidneys receive better blood flow and can do their job more efficiently. The best way to enjoy blueberries for kidney benefit is fresh or frozen without added sugar. A small handful added to morning oatmeal, mixed into a plain yogurt, or simply eaten as a snack is all that's needed. Aim for half a cup to 1 cup several times per week for meaningful benefit.
And here's a practical note. Frozen blueberries are just as nutritious as fresh ones. For anyone watching their grocery budget or who doesn't always have access to fresh berries, frozen is a wonderful, affordable, and convenient alternative that loses almost none of its antioxidant power. Food number 2, garlic, nature's anti-inflammatory medicine. The second food is something most kitchens already have, and yet most people have no idea just how powerful it is for kidney health. Garlic. That pungent, aromatic little bulb has been used medicinally for thousands of years, and modern science is now catching up to explain exactly why it works so well. Garlic belongs to the allium family and contains a remarkable collection of organosulfur compounds, including allicin, allein, S-allylcysteine, and diallyl disulfide. These compounds are responsible for garlic's distinctive smell, but they're also the source of its extraordinary anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. When it comes to kidney health specifically, garlic works through several important pathways. It reduces oxidative stress by neutralizing reactive oxygen species, those damaging molecules that build up in the kidneys when they're under chronic stress from poor diet, high blood pressure, or elevated blood sugar.
Research published in the journal Clinical Nutrition reviewed garlic's potential as a therapeutic intervention in chronic kidney disease, describing its potent anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects as a promising approach for supporting kidney health, particularly in older adults managing the kinds of comorbidities common with aging. One of the most important ways garlic helps the kidneys indirectly is through blood pressure reduction. High blood pressure is the second leading cause of chronic kidney disease, and garlic has been shown in human clinical trials to meaningfully lower both systolic and diastolic blood pressure. A comprehensive meta-analysis found that regular garlic intake significantly improved cholesterol levels, blood sugar markers, inflammatory proteins, and blood pressure, all of which are closely intertwined with kidney health. Better cardiovascular health translates directly into better kidney protection over the long term. There's also emerging evidence that garlic supports the gut microbiome, the community of beneficial bacteria living in the digestive tract. The connection between gut health and kidney health is a growing area of research, with studies showing that an unhealthy gut microbiome increases the production of uremic toxins that burden the kidneys.
A particularly promising finding comes from research on aged garlic and diabetic kidney disease. Studies show that garlic and its components can reduce kidney inflammation markers, including IL-6 and TNF-alpha,
delay kidney fibrosis, the scarring that accompanies chronic kidney damage, and improve overall kidney function indicators. One of the most practical benefits of garlic for kidney health is as a salt replacement. High sodium intake is a major driver of kidney damage, and one of the simplest, most effective strategies is to season food with garlic, fresh, minced, or powdered, instead of reaching for the salt shaker. When shopping for garlic powder, it's important to check the label carefully. It should list only one ingredient, garlic. Garlic salt is not the same thing and should be avoided, as it contains high amounts of sodium and sometimes even phosphate additives, both of which are harmful to kidney health. Fresh garlic releases its most potent compound, allicin, when it's crushed or chopped and left to rest for a few minutes before cooking. This allows an enzyme reaction to occur that maximizes the beneficial compounds. Adding crushed garlic to olive oil, soups, stir-fries, or roasted vegetables is an incredibly easy kidney-supportive habit to build.
Food number 3, fatty fish, omega-3s that protect and repair. The third food on today's list is one that comes with a long track record in heart health research, but its benefits for the kidneys are equally impressive and deserve far more attention. Fatty fish, particularly salmon, mackerel, sardines, and trout, are among the most kidney-protective foods available. The secret weapon in fatty fish is omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA. These long-chain polyunsaturated fats are not produced by the body in meaningful amounts. They must come from food. And when they do arrive consistently through the diet, they have a profound effect on reducing systemic inflammation. Inflammation is at the heart of most kidney damage. Whether it's driven by diabetes, high blood pressure, autoimmune conditions, or simply the wear and tear of aging, chronic inflammation slowly destroys the delicate filtering structures inside the kidneys. Omega-3s counter this process at the cellular level. Research has consistently shown that omega-3 fatty acids from fish reduce the production of pro-inflammatory compounds called prostaglandins and leukotrienes, substances that, when overproduced, accelerate kidney tissue damage. By keeping inflammation in check, omega-3s help preserve kidney function over time.
Fatty fish also supports blood pressure regulation, which, as already discussed, is critically important for the kidneys. Elevated blood pressure damages the tiny blood vessels that line the kidney's filtering units, and omega-3s help keep those vessels flexible, healthy, and responsive to normal blood flow demands. For those who have already been diagnosed with chronic kidney disease, protein management is important, but lean, high-quality protein from fish is generally considered far superior to red meat for kidney health. Fish provides complete protein without the heavy acid load and inflammatory byproducts that come from processed or red meats. Sardines deserve a special mention here. They're one of the most affordable and accessible sources of omega-3 fatty acids, and because they're small fish, they accumulate very little mercury, making them one of the safest seafood options for regular consumption, even multiple times per week. The best preparation methods for kidney health are baking, grilling, or steaming, avoiding deep frying, which adds unhealthy fats, and avoiding heavy salt-based marinades, which add excess sodium. Herbs, lemon, garlic, and a drizzle of olive oil make the perfect kidney-friendly seasoning combination for fish.
Aim for 2 to 3 servings of fatty fish per week. This is consistent with the American Heart Association's recommendations and aligns well with the evidence supporting kidney health. A serving is roughly 3 to 4 ounces, about the size of a deck of playing cards, which is modest and easy to incorporate. For anyone who doesn't enjoy the taste of fish or has dietary restrictions, it's worth discussing omega-3 fish oil supplements with a healthcare provider. However, food sources are generally preferred because they come packaged with additional nutrients, including vitamin D, selenium, and B vitamins that also support kidney and overall health. Food number 4, cauliflower, the underrated kidney superfood. The fourth food on today's list might come as a surprise, and that's exactly why it's here: cauliflower. This humble, pale vegetable is one of the most underrated kidney superfoods available, and it deserves a permanent spot in every weekly grocery run. Cauliflower belongs to the cruciferous vegetable family, alongside broccoli, cabbage, and Brussels sprouts. What sets cauliflower apart for kidney health specifically is a combination of factors. It's high in important nutrients, low in potassium, low in sodium, and packed with compounds that directly support kidney and liver detoxification processes.
The kidneys don't work alone when it comes to removing toxins from the body. They work in partnership with the liver, which prepares and packages many toxins for excretion through the urine. Cauliflower contains specific compounds, including indole-3-carbinol and sulforaphane, that help the liver neutralize harmful substances more effectively. Cauliflower is also an excellent source of vitamin C, a powerful antioxidant that supports kidney cells against oxidative damage. It provides folate, which is important for cell repair and regeneration, and vitamin K, which supports blood clotting and bone health, all of which become increasingly important as the body ages past 50. From a kidney-specific dietary standpoint, one of the most important qualities of cauliflower is its low potassium content. As kidney function declines, managing potassium levels becomes critical. Excess potassium can build up in the blood and cause dangerous cardiac arrhythmias in people with advanced kidney disease. Unlike high-potassium vegetables like potatoes, tomatoes, and beet greens, which may need to be limited in kidney disease, cauliflower offers a generous, satisfying, nutrient-dense alternative that places very little burden on the kidneys. It can be eaten freely as part of a kidney-conscious diet.
Cauliflower is also remarkably versatile. It can be mashed and used as a substitute for mashed potatoes, which is particularly helpful for people who love comfort foods but need to manage potassium and phosphorus intake. Cauliflower mash with garlic and a drizzle of olive oil is both delicious and deeply kidney supportive. It can also be roasted, steamed, sautéed, added to soups, or even blended into a smooth, creamy soup base. For those following a lower carbohydrate approach, cauliflower rice is a popular and nutritious alternative to white rice, which offers fewer nutrients and can spike blood sugar more rapidly. The fiber in cauliflower is another notable benefit. Adequate fiber intake supports healthy blood sugar levels, reduces cholesterol, and promotes a balanced gut microbiome, all of which have a downstream protective effect on the kidneys. A high-fiber diet is strongly associated with lower rates of chronic kidney disease progression. Lightly steaming or roasting cauliflower tends to preserve the most nutrients while making it highly digestible. Heavy boiling can leach some of the water-soluble vitamins out, so a gentler cooking approach, or even eating it raw in small amounts, is preferred for maximum nutritional benefit to the kidneys.
Putting it all together, a simple daily approach. So now there are 4 incredible science-backed foods: blueberries, garlic, fatty fish, and cauliflower. But here's where the practical magic happens. None of these require a complete dietary overhaul. They just require intention and a little consistency. Small steps, done daily, create remarkable long-term change. A kidney-supportive morning might look like this: a bowl of plain oatmeal or yogurt topped with a generous handful of fresh or frozen blueberries. That's the antioxidant protection for the day started. Add a glass of water,
plain, room temperature, to hydrate and support the kidney filtration process first thing in the morning. For lunch or dinner, build a plate around a baked or grilled salmon fillet with steamed cauliflower on the side, seasoned with crushed garlic and a light drizzle of olive oil instead of salt. This one meal alone covers 3 of the 4 kidney protective foods from today's list in a single sitting. During the week, the goal is to eat fatty fish 2 to 3 times. Add blueberries most mornings. Use garlic generously in cooking, at least 1 or 2 cloves per meal when possible, and incorporate cauliflower into 2 or 3 dinners per week, using it as a substitute for higher potassium, lower nutrient options.
Hydration is the silent 5th pillar that makes all of these foods work even better. Water helps the kidneys flush the toxins and waste products that these foods help mobilize. Aim for at least 8 glasses of plain water per day, more in hot weather or with physical activity. Herbal teas like dandelion or ginger also offer gentle kidney support. It's also worth saying clearly, these foods support kidney health. They are not a substitute for medical care. Anyone who has been diagnosed with kidney disease or is experiencing symptoms should absolutely work with their doctor and a registered dietitian to create a personalized plan. These foods are powerful allies, not replacements for professional guidance. Bonus tip: the one habit most people ignore that quietly and consistently damages kidney health over time. Here's the bonus kidney tip promised at the beginning, and it's one that genuinely surprises most people. The single most overlooked habit that quietly and consistently damages kidney health over time is the regular use of over-the-counter non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, commonly known as NSAIDs. These are the painkillers most people reach for without a second thought: ibuprofen under brands like Advil or Motrin, and naproxen under brands like Aleve. They're sold without a prescription, they're in most medicine cabinets, and for many people dealing with chronic joint pain, back pain, or headaches, they're used almost daily.
But here's what happens inside the body. NSAIDs work by blocking certain prostaglandins, and while this reduces pain and inflammation at the site of discomfort, it also reduces blood flow to the kidneys. The kidneys rely on prostaglandins to maintain adequate circulation. When these are consistently blocked, kidney tissue becomes chronically underperfused. Over months and years of regular NSAID use, this can cause what's known as analgesic nephropathy, a gradual, progressive loss of kidney function directly caused by painkiller use. This is especially dangerous for adults over 50 whose kidney function is already naturally declining with age. The alternative isn't to simply endure pain, it's to discuss with a healthcare provider about safer options. Acetaminophen, used at recommended doses, is generally considered much safer for the kidneys. Natural anti-inflammatory approaches, including the omega-3s from fatty fish and the antioxidants from blueberries and garlic, can also meaningfully reduce pain and inflammation over time. This is why the foods covered today matter so much beyond just kidney support. They address the root cause of the inflammation that sends so many people reaching for those painkillers in the first place. A diet rich in anti-inflammatory foods is, in a very real sense, the most sustainable painkiller available, one with only positive side effects. And that brings today's episode of Health Bloom to a close. Let's do a quick recap of everything covered. The kidneys are extraordinary, tireless organs that need daily support through thoughtful nutrition. And 4 of the most powerful kidney-friendly foods are already within easy reach. Blueberries bring potent anthocyanin and antioxidants that fight kidney inflammation at the cellular level. Garlic offers organosulfur compounds that reduce oxidative stress, lower blood pressure, and even support the gut-kidney connection. Both are simple, affordable, and easy to add to daily meals. Fatty fish delivers the omega-3 fatty acids EPA and DHA that reduce systemic inflammation, protect blood vessels, and support kidney filtration function over the long term. And cauliflower provides a versatile, low-potassium, nutrient-rich vegetable option that works with the kidneys rather than against them. And the bonus reminder? Be mindful of regular painkiller use, especially NSAIDs. Protecting kidney health isn't just about what's added to the plate, it's also about what's reduced. Every small, consistent choice in the right direction adds up to meaningful, long-lasting protection for these vital organs.
If today's episode was helpful, please take a moment to leave a like. It helps Health Bloom grow and reach the people who need this kind of information most. Drop a comment below sharing which of these 4 foods is already part of the routine or which one is going to be added this week. And if there's someone in your life, a parent, a sibling, a dear friend who might benefit from hearing this message today, please share this episode with them. Sharing a moment of health awareness could genuinely make a difference in someone's life. That's the heart of what Health Bloom is all about. Don't forget to subscribe so the next episode lands right in the feed. Coming up soon, more practical, honest, caring health content designed specifically for people in their 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond, because thriving health at any age is absolutely possible, and nobody should have to figure it out alone. Until next time, take good care of those kidneys, drink that water, eat those berries, cook with garlic, and nourish the body that carries everything that matters. This is Health Bloom, signing off with warmth, care, and deep appreciation for every single listener on this journey toward better health.